Here, squirrely, 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 squirrely. Here, squirrely, squirrely. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Addison, hey, how you doing? Hello and welcome. Glad to hear it. I'm pretty tired. Other than that, I'm really good. Aw. We'll pretend that you were first, Kage. we'll pretend that you were first, Kage. Oh, I'm sorry it wasn't showing up for you, Kage. Russ, hey, thank you for joining. Appreciate you as always. Addison. Jeff says, how are the squirrels today? Well, I'm trying something new, although it's really overcast and looks like it might rain, so I don't know if the critters will come out or not, but I've got I got a pile of, okay, I'm gonna zoom back out because it just looks like a pile of crap, but I've got new food for the critters today, and I want to see how they like it. I've got some, what do you call it? The black oil sunflower seeds. And there's some raisins in there, and there's some cranberries and some nuts, and we'll see how they like it. I'm going to throw out some peacock nuts here in a minute regardless. Edison says, bubes. Russ says, thank you for your support again today. You are the best. No, you're the best, Russ. You really are. You've built an amazing community, and you've helped so many people, and you've done so much, and you deserve it. Jeff says raisins sound like a good treat for them. Russ says, nice, new munchies for the visitors. Yeah, there was a squirrel here looking for food just as I came out, so we'll see if they come back. It wasn't a black squirrel, it was just one of those boring gray squirrels. Oh, you're welcome, Russ. Russ says, I'm lurking while I knock up some food. Yeah, you eat. You do that. I appreciate you, Russ. And while we're waiting for the critters to show up, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about mental health a little bit. Yesterday was World Mental Health Day, and so it got me thinking about so many of us we're so busy that we push aside our mental health. We're like, oh, I'll deal with it later. I don't have time to deal with it right now. And then it festers, and things just get worse and worse, and before you know it, you're batshit crazy. No, I'm exaggerating. You don't turn batshit crazy like that, but it gets really bad. And so it's something that we all really need to pay attention to. Kage says, man, I'm waiting to get stuff done today. Got an hour and I have to wait. Wow, that sucks. Addison says, look at boobs to pass the time. Well, yeah, I mean, I can't tell anybody not to look at boobs. I'm always seeing them everywhere. Kage says, bah, I'm bored of boobs today. Phil, hey radio dude, says only special people get to call me batshit crazy. Oh. Well, I wasn't calling you that personally. I just want everybody to kind of, I mean, what do you guys do to help your mental health? I mean, it could be something small like take a bath or treat yourself to your favorite ice cream, or I mean, just something small, something that's like a present from you to you. Russ says, totally agree. My mental health isn't good because I've been trying to help someone else and let mine slip. Yeah, I know about that, Russ. Yeah. Just, I mean, do something, anything for yourself. Radio Dude says, boobs, if you see one, you've probably seen at least 2 or 6. Depending on what kind of animal you're. Anyway, Katie says, hey, Molly. Hey, Katie, so good to see you. Ed, hey, it's good to see you too. Hope you're not working too hard. We're talking about mental health. Hey, PR Fishing Journal, thank you for joining us. And Russ says, yes, it's difficult, and it is. It's so much easier to help somebody else than it is to help ourselves. Russ is saying hi to Katie and Ed. Addison says, you might even have some yourself if you are lucky. Or unlucky, I guess, depending on the situation. Phil says, Phil, that's a little bit TMI, but more power to you, guy. You do you. PR Fishing Journal says, hi, Mom Dog. Katie says, I always put my mental health last. I usually try not to think about it. Yeah, you don't want to do that because it can get so bad. It can get so bad. And we're talking about just little things that you can do to help yourself. You're welcome, PR Fishing Journal. Colleen, hey, good to see you. Colleen says, morning, Mom Dog. Katie says, hey, Russ, good to see you. Ed says, I don't need to worry about, excuse me, I don't need to worry about brain problems if I don't have a brain. If I only had a brain. No, I know you have a brain. I know you have a brain, Ed. Colleen says, morning, everyone. Katie says, technically everything is an addiction. That's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. That's something to think about. Colleen says, thank you. You're welcome, Colleen. PR Fishing Journal says, good morning, Colleen. Phil says, mental health is like money. I don't have any of that either. Well, I mean, we do need to think about our mental health. You know, I mean, it's not easy, it's not fun, but it is part of our health. People don't think of mental health as being part of your health, but if you're physically healthy but you're mentally unhealthy, then how healthy are you really? What's your quality of life? Phil says, hi, Katie. Colleen says, morning PR. Russ says, and you, Katie, been a while. Yeah, we miss you, Katie. Ooh, acorns incoming. Excuse me. Katie says, I'm ADHD, so I'm always like Dorothy from Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I hear you, but you can take just like 15 minutes out of the day for yourself and just do something just for yourself. Just something special for yourself. It could be anything. Anything that makes you feel better. Mary, hey, good to see you, Mary. Thank you for coming. Oh, we have a squirrel. It's a boring squirrel, but it's a squirrel. And it's gone. And it's back. Oh, it wants to come up to the nuts, but it's afraid of me. Here, squirrely, squirrely, squirrely. Come on, you can do it. I'm not gonna, trust me, you're a lot faster than I am. Oh, you tell him, Onyx. You tell him. I don't know if you guys heard that scuffle. Can I even get over to that tree? Nope. Onyx is on the other side of this. There she is. Onyx just told him off. It's like, screw you, you get out of my territory. Onyx, somebody come eat these nuts. Or these, I don't know, we gotta come up with a cute name for this. Seeds and berries. Oh, that squirrel came. That squirrel came to get revenge. Oh, squirrel drama. Katie saying hi to Phil, radio dude. Katie says, yes, it has. I was taking a break from the net for a bit. Oh, that's healthy. That's very healthy. And speaking of mental health, that's very healthy. That's a good thing to do. Mary saying hi to Phil. Ed says, brain ain't braining. I feel you, Ed. Mary says, hey, Red Ed. Kage says, Katie, cybersecurity is a cool job. Colleen says, hey, did I miss a message? If I missed a message, I am so sorry. Mary says, I don't have any health in my mentalness. Well, today's a good day to talk about that since yesterday was World Mental Health Day. Do something special for yourself, Mary. Do something for yourself, from yourself. Oh, we have a chipmunk. These little guys help my mental health, especially when they get on camera. Here she comes. There we go. That's the stuff. Serotonin. Serotonin. Where'd you go? There you are. Wow, are you a special chipmunk that can't find seeds or what? Come on back. Oh, that's Mrs. Chippy. And she just went out of camera range. Okay. Mary says, hey, Phil. I already read that. Sorry, guys. Phil says, I don't suffer from mental illness. I enjoy every second of it. Hey, look, a squirrel. Ed says, hey. Steve, hey, climbing a quest. Is Steve? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Mary says, hey, Colleen. Be say. Please won't you be my neighbor? How are you, neighbor? How you doing? I'll forget about what I was doing or supposed to be doing. LOL. Hey, I'm like that squirrel over there. I hear you, Katie. Phil says, it's okay, squirrel. I'm afraid of her too, but she's nice. Kage says, LOL, Katie. Mary says, hey, Kage. Colleen says, squirrel mix. Oh, hey, that's a good name. Call it squirrel mix. Mary says, maybe they need a mental health day. Addison says, I don't have to worry about heart failures. I don't have a heart. Aww. No, you have a big heart, Addison. You have a big heart. I have to disagree there. I just heard a chipmunk. I do not see a chipmunk. Okay. Kage says, hey, Mary. Bisei says, hey, Kage. Katie says, Kage, yeah, it's a good field to go into. Oh, cybersecurity? Yeah, it's definitely job security here. Edison says, hey, Maria. Steve says, call it Bash. Bash? Bash or... I don't know, maybe I'll put it up for a vote. But yeah, any suggestions are great. Kage says, yeah, Katie, lots of job security too. Yeah, I just said that. I should probably read faster. Martin, oh my gosh, hey, good to see you. Martin says, what up, gangsters? I just popped in to support, hit the like, and hear Molly's voice for a bit. Appreciate you, Martin. We're talking about mental health and stalking wild critters. Yesterday was World Mental Health Day, and I had the day off for it, and I spent the day watching my fish, and it was great. No doctors yelled at me. Nobody asked me why I wasn't processing tickets faster. Nobody. Nobody. I mean, nobody at work asks me why I'm not processing tickets faster because I'm pretty good. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice to have a day off. Radio Dude is saying hi to Mary. I feel like you guys did that already. Mary says, I pulled weeds. Good for you, Mary. It was peaceful. Did that help your psyche? That help you feel like, okay, I feel a little better. I feel a little less stress. Katie says, yeah, it definitely is. I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. Pen tester, specifically in web applications, but I can do a lot more than just that. Martin says, hit the like. Oh, hit the like. Oh, we would very much like for you to basically go ahead and hit the motherfucking like. Appreciate you, Martin. Katie says, yes, I am a special chipmunk, Molly. How did you know that? Mary says, did they do the frog? Oh my God, I had activity in my frog. I had a regular colored male on top of a white female. It was, they were too far back in the tank for me to get a picture, but if I could have got a picture, it would have been hilarious. Actually, they might still be attached. They're behind the filter. Addison says, playing Siege helps my mental health. Awesome. Awesome. See? Yeah. It could be anything. Anything that helps you balance, feel better, de-stress. Kage says, I want to scrape my yard up and replace it with all over. Replace it all with clover so we don't have to mow as much. Oh, that would be cool. That's not a bad idea. That would actually look neat. You could put those little miniature stone, like fairy houses type. You know what I'm talking about? Those little, or maybe they're hobbit houses. I'm not sure. I get hobbits and fairies confused sometimes. I'm really bad on the lore. I apologize. Martin says, like it up. I'm saying like it the fuck up. Kelly, hey, good to see you. Hello and welcome. Sadman, haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're well. Sadman says, good afternoon, Molly. Love the Halloween theme logo. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Mary made that for me. Phil says, Addison, I didn't have to worry about brain freeze for almost the same reason. Phil. Mary says, no, Kage, because all kinds of weeds come up with clover. Trust. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, weeds that look like that thick grass that's, what do they call it? Crabgrass? Yeah, nasty. I forgot about crabgrass. As you can see, nothing much grows back here but trees. Edison says, no, Kage, replace them with cacti. You won't have to cut them at all. And it'll help keep people out of your yard. Although I don't think cactus do very well in the snow. You guys get snow, don't you? Katie says, ooh, I thought about clover in my beds. I think it would look cool as a ground cover. Yeah. Also, what looks really good as a ground cover is chamomile. And when you step on it, it makes this like apple smell. Oh, it's so good. It's an awesome ground cover. Won't grow back here. Martin says, I made a mental list of all the mentalists, and I'm the mentalist. Oh, Martin. Mary says, stalking peacocks in a suburban neighborhood in my car with a bag of peacock nuts. That works too. That works too, especially if you get footage. Martin's laughing. Sadman says, Happy World Mental Health Day. If anyone has problems, do reach out to a loved one. Exactly. Thank you, Sadman. Thank you. Yes, please reach out to a loved one or a professional, or you can even go to a hospital and just say, hey, I'm really not doing good. I got to talk to somebody, and they will hook you up with somebody. Sadman says, I'm a day late. That's okay. I wasn't live yesterday, so I almost went live, but then, oh, there's a squirrel. Did he go on camera? I hope you guys saw that squirrel. Come on, guy. Come get some trail mix. We'll call it squirrel trail mix. Come eat. Mary says, Edmund, that could be part of the reason everybody doesn't have family to reach out to. Yeah, but that's true. That's true. And if that is the reason, please reach out to a professional. Reach out to a friend. Reach out to me. I have my email address in my profile. If you need a friend, you need somebody to talk to, you just feel like you're going to lose it, please shoot me an email. Mary says, sad man, that could be part of the oh, I just read that. I'm alert. Katie says, day late and dollar short. Yeah, that's me. I'm always a day late, dollar short. Or I'm usually 2 days late, $2 short. Martin said, did I say hit the like? No, Martin, you haven't mentioned that before. I appreciate you, Martin. You're the best. Addison says, I would reach out, but my arms are too short. It's the thought that counts, Addison. It's the thought that counts. Also, those of you that are on Discord, are on Discord with me, you can private message me on Discord. I'm there for you there too. Phil says, I hit the like 18 times and it didn't do anything. Yeah, it did. It made my like count go up and down. But I appreciate you, Phil. I appreciate you. Katie says, nature helps my anxiety. Yes, mine too. I feel, I mean, like, I'll come and sit out here and I'll feel muscles relax that I didn't even know were tense. Kage says, clover is really nice to walk on too. Yeah, especially barefoot. Kage says, I have been spamming it to nothing is working. Huh? Am I missing things? Kage says, very Karen. Mary says, it is very cute and simple. Martin says, and hit the like. I appreciate you, Martin. Kage says, my research showed that clover is weed resistance. I don't know. Mary says, we don't have grass here. Crabgrass is your lawn in Florida. Yeah, I remember out in California, crabgrass was a big, huge pain in the ass. Kage says, something about preventing sunlight from getting to the weeds. Oh. Phil says, I'm going to the grocery store for egret hot dogs. Okay. Have fun, Phil. Pick up some peacock nuts while you're there. Oh, here's Onyx. Hi, Onyx. She's peeking around the tree there. There she is. Hi, Onyx. What's that all about? What's that all about? What's that tail wagging all about, huh? You're not going to tell me? I brought you food and you're not going to tell me? Okay. Onyx, come get some food, honey. I think what she's doing with her tail is some sort of territorial thing. Just a wild guess. I know. Oh, now she's barking. Did you hear her bark? Like, almost sounded like, quit trying to film me, bitch. Oh, we'll wait for her to come back down, because I'm really behind on the chat again. We'll just leave it right here. Kage says LMAO, Mary. Mary says no snow. Maddie, hey Maddie, if you're still here, I know I'm way behind in the chat. Much love to you, Maddie. Much love to you and Chloe and the baby and all the kids. Much love, whether you're here or not. Addison says, that person to slap me gets a gently used cigarette. Mary says, hey Maddie, much love. Maddie says, Mary with love. Addison says, hey Trellis. Maddie says, Addison, hiya. Addison says, hey Frills. Radio to, aw. Hey Phil, could you text me what you retracted? Because I'm curious. Ed says, lean on me. Sadman says, you have a Discord. What is it? My Discord is the same name as I am on here, MomDog72. I don't know what the numbers at the end are. But, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, we have a chipmunk. No, we don't have a chipmunk. They're so quick. I don't know if Onyx is going to come back down or what. So we will... We will do like this so we can see the... Sorry about that. So we can see. Addison says, MomDog72, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wow, I'm way behind on the chat here. DeAndre, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello and welcome. Mary says, message retracted, Phil. I sent you an emblem. I want to make a sticker from the awesome holiday pic you show. Oh, here's a chipmunk. Aha. Who are you? That's Mrs. Chippy. That's weird. Her stripes look darker on camera than they are in real life. Maybe it's because there's no sun out right now. I don't know, but yeah, this helps my mental health, these little guys. Hi, little guy. Or girl, sorry. Somebody told me the squirrels would really love these. I know the squirrels haven't touched them, but the chipmunks sure like them. Phil says I hit the like 20 times now and it's at the same number. Okay. As long as you're having fun, Phil. Mary says nope. Addison says, oh, thank you, Addison. Thank you. Addison posted my what do you call it? My ID on Discord. Hit me up. I'm here for you guys. Message me. Chatty McBlogger, hey. Chatty McBlogger says, hello, Kage hippie brother. I've seen you before. LMAO Phil says, Mary. Martin says, let's hear it for Lady Molly, Knight of the Realm. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All my lovely subjects. Mary says, hey, Chatty. Martin says, cutest voice on YouTube. Aw, thank you, Martin. Mary says, cool. You should have a bird feeder. Squirrels love them. I do have a bird feeder, but it's squirrel proof. I need to get one of those just regular squirrel feeder ones. Molly, I tried to pick up peacock nuts, but they pecked the crap out of my hand when I reached for them, says Val. Well, yeah. I can see that. Mary says, stripper tail. LOL, says Addison. Still watching, dealing with Jordy. Aw. Hey, Maddie. Really? There's a bee? Please stay over there, bee. Martin says, hello there, Maddie. Maddie says, Martin, buddy. Automatic Capia? I hope I said that right. Said, hi, hello, and welcome. Sadman says, hi, Maddie, good to see you. Martin's given the fist a cool symbol. Emojis. Another chipmunk coming here. Or are you the same one? Nope, same one. That's Mrs. Chippy. Mary, can you make it a stick? Mary, you can make it a sticker if you like, says Radio Dude. Is Mississippi supposed to be Mississippi? I don't know. Nicole, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? We'll zoom in on the chipmunk just for Nicole. How cute is that little girl? Phil says, hey, Nicole. Addison says, hey, Nicola. Chatty says, thank you for the blue wrench, Mom. No deal. That makes sense. No problem. You're more than welcome. And you guys check out each other's channels. You may find a new friend. Speaking of mental health, you may find a new friend, a new hobby. If I wanted to catch you, I could have, reached out and got you this whole time, but okay. Oh, I wonder if there's a hawk around. I hope not, because then they go into hiding. Hey, Phil and Addison, says Nicole. Sadman says, hi, Nicole, good to see you. Nicole says, hey, Charles. Charles, did I miss somebody? I'm so sorry if I did. Nicole says, hey, Mary. Chatty says, well, we call this stream The Further Adventures of Chippy, Onyx, and the Scary Bee. I'm a mesophobic, so allergic to bees. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I am or not, but I know that it hurts when you get stung. And I don't want to have to kill them. And also, if they sting me, they die. So. Martin says, gotta go. Great to see you all again. Take care, Martin. Thank you for coming. I appreciate the crap out of you. Martin says, laters. Chatty says, hey, Martin. Take care. Nicole says, I'm okay, Mom Dog. I'm trying to beat this depression. I hear ya. I hear ya. And that's actually what we're talking about is, well, not depression specifically, but we're talking about mental health. Yesterday was World Mental Health Day. And we're talking about things that we can do to help ourselves. Little things that we can do just to show ourselves that we're special. Something to ourselves, from ourselves. because no matter what the world thinks of you, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you think of you. Phil says later, Martin. Sadman says, thanks, Martin, for stopping by. Yeah, it's always good to see Martin. Phil says, yay, Molly is caught up with the chat. I know. Chatty says, got stung at age 7. For one time, was rushed to local clinic, and that's how my folks found out that I was allergic. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that makes me really scared to get stung by a bee. I mean, I don't think anybody in my family is that allergic. That is Mrs. Chippy. Hi, Mrs. Chippy. Hi, little Mrs. Chip. Oh my god, she's trying to stuff that entire pile in her mouth. Good luck with that, little girl. Oh, I should probably zoom in so you guys can see it. Maddie says, sad man, hi. Phil says, I hit the like again. Mary says, okay, I have to go to Tampa. I will leave you running for the cats. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, Mary. Be safe. Kelly says, Chippy. Sad man says, oh, nice to see Chippy. Well, this is Mrs. Chippy. This is Chippy's wife, the female counterpart. When her cheeks get full, she runs off. Chippy, when his cheeks get full, he just keeps stuffing shit in. I mean, he just keeps going. He just keeps going until stuff is falling out of his mouth, and then he'll run to wherever they hide him. Phil says, Molly, if you get stung, I'll administer first aid. I appreciate you, Phil. But if I'm like really allergic, I'd be dead by the time you got here. Chetty says, both chippies are so cute. Oh, they are. I think they're cuter than the squirrels, but Onyx is pretty cute. Onyx is probably my favorite squirrel. No, Onyx is definitely my favorite squirrel. Oh, it's so nice to hear the birds. Phil says, Rocky is my favorite squirrel. Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle, I got it. Here in Toronto, Canada, where me and my wife live, we get lots of black squirrels, and we own 2 black cats, Moon Pie and Deja Vu. That is adorable. That is adorable. Here she comes again. Is it too pixelated if I zoom in like that, guys? Is it all pixelated or does it look pretty good? Looks good on my end. Thank you, Phil. Thank you. Just filling those little cheeks. That's another thing. Laughing is good for your mental health. Anything you find funny, that's a good thing to, you know, like a movie or a TV show, anything that you find funny. No matter how bad you're feeling, if you can get yourself to laugh a little bit. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. If you can get yourself to laugh a little bit, even if you don't mean it, it'll help. It helps release serotonin. Chatty says, Deja turns 5 December 1st. Then Moon Pie turns 9 on March 21st next year, our spring equinox fur baby. Oh, that's cool. Phil says Chippy only has one eye and it's brown. Phil. Chatty says, good golly, Miss Molly. Good golly, Miss Molly. I don't remember how the rest of the song goes. Chatty says, I can actually sing that tune in real life. Well, apparently I can't, so you're doing better than me. Rito Dude says, if I say something that can be taken two ways and one of them makes you sad or angry, I meant the other one. Nice, Phil. Nicole says, how do you get over someone that you loved for many years? I'm not sure that you ever really get over them. It just gets a little bit easier to live without them. You just have to kind of learn to live without them. And then over time, it gets easier and easier. I wish I had something better. Actually, does anybody else have a better experience? Maddie says, like and sub if you're lurking. Appreciate you, Maddie. Kage says, time. Yeah, very true. Very true. Time. My ex left me in 2020 and it's still hard to think about. Yeah. I hear ya. I had, let's see, that was 2012, I think it was. 2012, and it still hurts. But like I can now go a couple of days without thinking about him. And when I do think about him, it doesn't hurt as much. If that makes sense. I wish I could give you a time pill, Nicole. I wish I could give you this little pill that would just make time speed up for you. I don't know what's going on, but all that chirping that you're hearing, those are chipmunks, and they're getting louder. Okay, guys, you're creeping me out. Quit that, please. Okay, so one is barking closer to me now. What is going on? Oh, okay, now she's... Okay, that's better. They were creeping me out really bad there for a minute, sorry. Phil says, Nicole, going to a shooting range helps. Well, but what if you don't have a gun or a gun permit? That would make it difficult for that to help. Sad Man says, I'm so sorry to hear that, Kage. I hope things are better now. Kage says, finding other people... Sorry, guys. Finding other people to spend time with and occupy your mind. Chatty says, yeah, that's true. Trying to keep busy. Here's Onyx. Really? Come on. Come back out, Onyx. You're making me look dumb. Okay, well, she was there. Back to the chipmunk that's about to run away because her cheeks are almost full. There we go. But yeah, that's true. Finding distractions, finding things to do just to make the time go by, that's probably the biggest thing that could help you. Yep, there she goes. I'm going to throw out some actual peanuts. Because I think that's what Onyx is wanting. There we go. I got peacock nut dust all over my phone. Okay. Kage says, it's a chipmunk attack. Yes. That's what it sounded like. They were all surrounding me and closing in. I was like, chipmunks don't attack, do they? Chatty says, chipmunks are just spreading an alarm of some kind. Be cautious, Molly. Yeah, that's what I was like, yeah, that's something scary's going on. Nicole says, I love all those options. Awesome. And I'm here, Nicole. Nicole, are you on Discord? If you're on Discord, you can message me anytime. Or email me anytime. My email's in my bio. It's momdog72@gmail. Oh, I just looked up to see the plane, and I just noticed we have some colored leaves here. Look at that red. Isn't that beautiful? And then we got some less impressive colors over here. Well, maybe not too much less impressive. But yeah, look at that red, guys. Look at that. Oh, we got she's back. Oh, wait, are you Chippy? That might be Chippy, guys. I think that might be actually Chippy. Sadman says, I'm really sorry to hear that, Nicole. Don't worry, time heals. Try spending time with friends. Very good advice. Radio Dude says, then she can come here and I'll let her use one of mine. Chatty says, we're here for you, bro, Kage. We are. We're a team. We're a team. Yeah, we're like a team. We're here for each other. We support each other. Addison, I almost called you Kage. Addison says, I think I might try stream some Siege soon. Getting bored just laying in bed watching YouTube. That's a good idea. That's good for your mental health. I fully support that. 110%. Phil says, I just built an AR-10. Well, I know that's good for your mental health, Phil. Addison says, nice. Nice, Addison says, Kage. Nicole says, yes, I'm on Discord. Awesome, we can connect. I'm here. I'm anytime. If I don't answer, I'm either working or asleep. But I'm here. And I'll get to you just as soon as I possibly can. Chatty says, being retired with Suzanne, my wife's just a lot of fun. She plays games, and so do I. Online, Nicole. And so do I online, Nicole. We also watch free movies on Tube. Tube? I'm not sure I've heard of that before. Phil says all chipmunks look the same to me. Well, Chatty says Chippy returns. Nicole says I just sent you a message on Discord. Awesome. Appreciate you, Nicole. Sadman says, what is AR-10, Phil? Carl, hey, good to see you. Carl says, good evening, everyone. Phil said, I just looked at my watch and it's time for my nap. It's exhausting to be the trophy friend. I know, it's so hard. It's so hard. You're such a brave guy. You're such a brave guy. Thanks for coming in, Phil. Happy nappy. Chatty says, tube, my other word for YouTube. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Watching tube. Okay, watching the tube. Sadman says, hi, Carl. Good to see you. Sue. Hey, Just One Sue. Good to see you. How are you? Sue says hello. Sue saying hi to Carl. Sadman says hi to Sue. Sue says hi to Radio Man. Radio Dude. Good thing. Good thing I didn't repeat it twice. Sue saying hi to Sadman. Carl says, I feel alone. Carl, I'm glad you're here because we're talking about mental health and things that we can do to help ourselves feel better. What is something that makes you feel good, Carl? Just One Sue saying hi to Chatty. Chatty says, FYI, I reach 20 years on YouTube next month, November 2026. Wow. Congratulations. Onyx and another black squirrel is here. Hi, Onyx. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah. See, she likes the peanuts. I think my channel is like 14 or 15, something like that. I only started doing something with it this year, though. Chatty says, FYI, I just read that. Sue said, here's Chippy. Kage says, my channel turned 7. Kage says, gotta go Cleanup detail. Gotcha, Kage. Gotcha, Kage. Message me if you need anything. Russ says, I've been lurking, but I'm back now. Hi, everybody. Hey, Russ, you're in time if you're still here. I know I'm behind on the chat again. We have learned today that Onyx is picky. She only likes the peacock nuts. Sue says hi to Kage. Phil says Sadman, an AR-10 is a rifle like an AR-15, but it's calibrated in .308 Winchester. Yeah, I didn't understand any of that, but I believe you. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Come on. There we go. Nicole says, have a great live, Mom Dog. I need to get myself together. I got you. We're here. We're here. If you need us, we're here for you. Love you, Nicole. Phil says, have a good day, Nicole. Chatty says, congrats, bro, Kage. Radio Dude says, Sue, bye, Sue. Or hi, Sue. Russ says, I'm here. Appreciate you, Russ. Awesome. So you get to see the squirrel. And here comes a chipmunk. That's kind of cool. Got both of them in one shot. Oh, Onyx. That's what she does. She'll just sit there and eat and watch what's going on. She's so cute. Edison says, massive man boobs. Russ says, beggars can't be choosers, Onyx. Although I do spoil them, so. If they asked me for a place at the table, I'd probably grant it to them. Phil says, Molly, it makes a great big boom and may bruise your shoulder. Oh, no thank you. BGN says, yes, lovely. Okay, cool. Awesome, Russ. Chatty says, so far I did 8 years with my first YouTube channel at Warlord Fade. Then the last 11 years spent on 2 channels with Suzanne. We lost one of them through a hacker. Oh, I'm so sorry. So this is our newest channel. Steve said, I've been watching Molly as I am finishing planting this tank. Onyx looking good. Appreciate you, Steve. And I am caught up with the chat. And Russ says, hi, Steve. I get to take a drink. Onyx is going to watch me do it. Okay, she just found the nuts. Or the nuts. That's the squirrel mix. I got those just for you, Onyx. Yeah, those are pretty tasty. What do you think? Pretty tasty? Huh? Oh, bless you. I don't know if you guys heard her sneeze. Bless you. Steve says, hi, pal. Chatty says, Onyx seems picky like most black cats, LOL. Yeah, well, apparently not as picky anymore. She does seem to like those seeds. Steve says, filling tank. We'll put pics on Discord soon. School. Cool. Awesome. Can't wait to see those. And Russ basically says the same thing. Nice, mate. Looking forward to it. Chatty says, I think I heard a raven in the distance. Yep, we've got those. Addison says, microscopic man boobs. What are you going to do when the chipmunk comes back, Onyx? Huh? What are you going to do when the chipmunk comes back? Huh? Are you going to be nice? Are you going to be nice? Radio Dude says, did I mention I hit the like button? Yes, you mentioned that you hit it multiple times. I appreciate the thought, though. I appreciate the thought. Addison says, probably RKO the chipmunks. Yeah, I hit it with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Hi, Robot 267. How are you? Phil says you guys should hit it too. Appreciate you, Phil. Appreciate you. Robot 267 says, I'm sorry for the 67 in my name. I gotcha. I gotcha. I give everyone a chance. Oh, where you going? Where you going? What are you doing? What are you doing, Onyx? Huh? Where you going? She's trying to go, or she's going like just off camera here. You little stinker. Yeah, she comes back. Rose says, could have been worse. Could have been 69. That's true. Phil says, if you had or will have a birthday this year, hit the like button. Robot 2 says, that is your pet? Nope, that's a completely wild squirrel. She comes to visit, and I feed her. And today I've got a special new treat mix for her. But she wouldn't come out until I put the peanuts out. Sorry about the planes, guys. Robot 2 says tomorrow is my brother's birthday. Well, tell him happy birthday. Tell him I said happy birthday, please. Robot 2 said everything happy birthday. Gotcha. Phil says, if you stopped having birthdays this year, hit the thumbs down, and I'm sorry for your loss. Russ says, she's beautiful. That's so funny. She's just eating through the leaves. Look at her. Look at you. Look at you, weirdo. Oh, man. She is totally off camera. She is hanging upside down on a tree eating a nut or something. And I can't get it. It's right there on the other side of this tree on the right. So, oh, there she is. There she was. Onyx, come on. There she is. And we'll leave it on the food. They're likely to come back. Phil says, Robot 267, your brother would want you to hit the like button for him. Robot 2 says, tomorrow's my brother's birthday. Can we sing happy birthday? I don't sing very well. You really don't want me to sing. Norma Raymond, hey, good to see you. How are you? Robot 2 says, what do you mean weirdo? Because she was grabbing the nuts and she was just like shoving them in her mouth, whether there was a leaf in the way or not. Like all the other animals will go around the leaves. But she's just like, I don't care if there's a leaf or not. I'm shoving this thing in my mouth. Chatty says, Robot, you know what would make your brother's birthday special? Tomorrow when he wakes, play the Beatles' birthday song at full volume. Robot 2 says, okay, Cherry Blogger. It's Chatty Blogger. Robot 2 says, I don't care, everyone can sing. Chatty says, and happy early birthday to your brother, Robot. Yeah, tell him happy birthday for us, please. Hang on a second, guys. I need my inhaler real quick. Phil says, Robot, don't wait for your brother to wake up to play it. Wake him up at midnight. He will love that you were the first to think of him on his special day. I think he'd probably be mad that he got woke up in the middle of the night. Robot 2 says, okay, don't really do that, Robot. Please don't really do that. I don't think anybody wants to wake up that way on their birthday. Chatty says, Radio Dude, exactly what I was thinking next. Oh, he's going to be 18. Okay, do it. Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it. He'll be excited. He'll be excited to be 18. Yeah, definitely do it, Robot. Russ says, Molly is amazing, guys. Make sure you subscribe to her and click the like button. She has worked wonders for my mental health. Oh, thank you. And I mean wonders. I have really opened up to her. Thank you so much, Russ. You're so sweet. Russ says, I told her things I haven't told many people. You're so sweet, Russ. And it's my pleasure. I'm honored to call you my friend. And like I said before, you're like a brother to me. And anybody who hasn't subscribed to Russ, BGN Aquariums, please subscribe. Robot says my dog's name is Molly. That's funny because there was a time that so many dogs were named Molly. And during that time, I had become a groomer. And there was a lot of confusion when people would call and say, is my dog Molly? Or they would call in and they would say, is Molly ready yet? And so I would get the call, they would hand the phone to me. Like I'm in the middle of trying to groom a dog and they're handing me the phone. And the person would be like, yeah, I guess, are you ready? Radio Dude says, sings really loud. Happy birthday to you. Repeat. Hair birthday. Robot 267's brother. Happy birthday to you, but till tomorrow. Russ says, so are you, Molly. Truly amazing. So are you, Russ. You've been an inspiration to me. Chatty says, bro, Kage and Mary's Gigs introduced me to your channel, MomDog72. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, Mary and Kage are freaking awesome. Love Mary and Kage. Robot 2 needs to see a doctor apparently because his poop is turning pink. I would get that checked out, Robot. Russ is laughing. Robot says hi again. Hi again, Robot. Russ says thank you. No need to thank me. Robot says, do you mean thank you? Russ says, no, thank you. Phil says, I'm not freaking awesome. I'm just mildly okay. Russ is laughing. Robot says, my dog is not pooping pink. I was teasing you about the emojis, the pink emojis. The pink poop emojis, I should say. I was just joking around. Dean, hey, good to see you. Hey, Dean, how are you? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed to Dean, Dean does gig work just like Mary does. He's typically on a bit earlier than Mary. Oh, the phone is crooked. Why didn't you guys say something? There we go. Chatty says, good to meet you, Russ, at BGN Aquariums. Russ says, and you, Chatty. Phil says, but I did hit the like button a few more times. Oh, Phil, what are we going to do with you? That's a lot of pink poo. Chatty says, oh my god, 26, oh my gosh, 26 likes, Miss Molly. Really? Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Dean says, in some circles, 7 a.m. is early. Yeah, it's definitely early because I work from home, so I get up at 7:30 and I start work at 8. And some people think that 8 a.m. is early. More pink poo. Chatty says, welcome, Dean. Russ says, pink poo is definitely a medical problem. Phil says, Molly, I don't know, but didn't hit me. Hit the like button. Did you mean don't hit me, hit the like button? Oh, can I hit the like button on my own videos? Does anybody know? I mean, does that count? Oh, okay, you did me. Don't hit me. Oh, I'm buffering? Am I buffering, guys? Am I spinning? No, I'm not. I'm not spinning. I'm all good. Robot 2, please don't use that emoji if I'm not actually spinning. Don't use the spinning emoji because it confuses me. Chatty says, not yet. Phil says, you can like your own content, but it's kind of like giving yourself a high five. Why not give yourself a high five? I'm a good person. I deserve a high five. There you go. Phil says, no spending here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Russ says, you're all good, Molly. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Chatty says, maybe for robot server. Oh. Is it spending for you? Oh. Is it spending for you, robot? Trying to text something, but it won't let me. Russ says, but it has let you, robot. It does that to me too sometimes. It'll say message failed, message failed, message failed. Annoying as all get out. Phil says, if you confuse Molly, we have to hit the like button to snap her out of it. Chatty says, AC/DC, LOL. Robot says, yeah, I was trying to say something, but now half us, you fly us. I have no idea what that means. But if you care to enlighten us, that would be great. Oh, that emoji tells the creator that they're spinning, that their video is frozen or spinning, so they know to refresh it. Russ says, robot, you have been warned. Watch the symbols, robot. Yep, that's true. He knows what it means now. If he uses it again, then he's fair game. Oh, there's a blackbird over there, a big blackbird. Let's see if I can. Can't really see him, but see if we can see his tail a little bit. There. And he's gone. But it was a big blackbird. Dean says, see the leaves, have them not changed yet? Well, actually, bear with me here for a second. We've got some. Actually, we've got, where'd it go? Here we are. Bright red, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then we've got some up here. That are just starting to turn. But yeah, it's still been kind of warm here. Yeah, it's still been kind of warm here, so they haven't had that cold snap to... And we've got one, you can just barely see it around that tree, starting to turn yellow. Dean says, yes, beautiful. Thank you. Well, I mean, thank you, like I did it. I watched it turn myself. Steve says, I'm going to go, Molly. Thank you. Been good. Appreciate you, Steve. Thanks so much for dropping in. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful weekend. See you on Monday. Chatty says, may I ask where you reside, Molly? I live in Michigan in the U.S. Russ says, love autumn, but spring is my fave. Winter is my favorite. Gotta be winter. But second favorite is when the leaves change. Do like fall. Russ says, bye, Steve. Steve says, laters. I'm not sure if that is a crow or a raven. I've got the freaking phone crooked again. Sorry, guys. Russ says, winter here is rubbish. If it snows, it's normally gone within the hour. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, usually we get snow that sticks around for a while. And you guys will get to see it. Michigan, yeah, I've heard of that too. Chetty says, you're the second friend I know from Michigan. His name is Jay, and he's with his partner Nikki, who live in what he calls Michigania. Yeah, we have lots of different names for it. Michigania. We call ourselves Michiganders. And we have the UP, which is the Upper Peninsula. But we just call it the UP, and so people will be like, what's the UP? Oh, it's the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And then most people, if you're from Michigan and you meet somebody You'll show your hand. You'll show the back of your hand. And you'll be like, yeah, I live over here by the thumb area. I live over here by the pinky area. I live over here by the middle finger. Michigan is a very unique place. Hi, I am. I use regular tap water, but I condition it, and then I put in catappa leaves for my betas. They love catappa leaves. Aw, Dean, I was just about to read that. Chetty says, so you're a bit further north than where we live in Toronto, Canada. A little. I'm more west from that area. Russ says, how are the cichlids doing, Molly? They are doing awesome. They recognize me already. They will sit and they will just like sit there in this little group, this little tight little group, and just stare at me. And I figure they want food, right? So I feed them and they ignore the food. I sit back down. They're sitting there at the corner just staring at me. Dean says, do you get the middle finger from them often? And Chatty says, Jay, ironically enough, is also in the UP. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, it's so beautiful up there. I hope to retire up there someday. Russ says, they soon know who feed them. Yep, they do. Yep, they do. In fact, I've on a couple of occasions I've had a chipmunk. Wasn't Chippy, it wasn't Mrs. Chippy, but it looked like a female. Come and like bark at me as I'm coming out of the house. I come out of the house, I keep walking, and then they finally leave. But they are freaking something. Russ says your laugh is contagious. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like that. I am says, for me, I use distilled water or beta actually is how it's pronounced. I always say beta. I actually had a beta that I named Beta, just so that I could tell people who tell me it's Beta, that I could say, actually, his name is Beta. Just so I could say that, but yeah, interesting little tidbit. Just for Beta, and just add nutrients like dead fish in the substrate for plants, because liquid fertilizer overload the water with nutrients. I would not use dead fish in the substrate. Liquid fertilizer, it depends on how much. Well, how big is your tank? I am, because you should. I mean, depending on how big your tank is, you should be able to get away with just fish poop as fertilizer. Dean says, I miss my cichlids. Aw. What kind of cichlids did you have, Dean? Russ is laughing. Russ says, I wouldn't either. Not a great move, that. Yeah. Dean says, African. That's what I got, too. I've got Lake Malawi. Eureka Red. That's what I got. They're just little babies. They're just little 1-inch babies. But, man, those things... they're really curious about me, and if I put my finger on the glass, they'll all back away and freak out, and then very quickly they'll come back, and they come back and they'll check out my finger like, ooh, that's cool. What is that? Like, it must be really interesting. It must be really interesting to be a cichlid. There's something else. You know what? There hasn't been a lot of sun today, but it's been a very comfortable temperature out here. And with the colors just starting to turn, and of course the little critters, it is so nice out here. Dean said had a 3.5-inch albino. Oh, nice. I second what Russ says. Nice. Chetty says, Mary's Gigs is headed to Tampa, Florida. Tell her I said hello and that I will be there after my live. Probably 20 minutes. I'll be there 20-ish minutes. I am says, I have 5-gallon dead fish, works fine. I wanna actually get Russ's input on this. I would think that would cause too much ammonia in your aquarium, the dead fish. And even betas can get ammonia burns. I learned that the hard way. Just because they can breathe air doesn't mean that they don't need quality water, because they do need quality water. Russ says, it's lovely. Do you not get much rain, Molly? No, we really don't. We haven't gotten hardly any. Chatty says, our fall leaves are already showing here too in Toronto. Scarborough is our suburb. Oh, nice. Mrs. Scooter, hey, good to see you, says sharing your stream. I appreciate the crap out of you. Thank you so much. I am says, it's heavily planted, but thanks. How big is the tank? I hope we're talking about a pretty large tank here. Russ says, nah, I am. That's not a good move. Plant leaves need nutrients. Dead fish won't supply that. Russ says, sounds like you listen to Father Fish too much. I am. Does Father Fish recommend that? I don't know how, I know he has that like dirt bottom aquarium thing. That just doesn't work for me. Mrs. Scooter says, I hope everyone is having a great day. Thank you for the blue. You're welcome. That's so that you can sub up to everyone and everyone can check out your channel as well. Chatty says, thank you, Mrs. Scooter. Russ says, yes, it's bad info. Yeah, I have to agree. Well, there too, I've always had smaller tanks. If you've ever had a small tank, it can go south like in 2 minutes flat. Like how bigger tanks, it takes them like a couple of hours. A little one, just like right now, they go south. Which is why, which is my excuse to why I keep mine on my desk. Russ says, I've never seen a good looking dirty tank. Yeah, I haven't either. It seems like there's too much, I don't know, like gook looking stuff in there. Chatty says, let's get Miss Molly to 30 likes. Oh, appreciate you, Chatty. Oh my gosh, I'm at 28. Wow, thank you guys. Russ says, click like, guys. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. I am says, BGN, where do you get the plants from for your aquarium? Michigander, hey, good to see you. Michigander says, good afternoon, lady. Hello and welcome, Michigander. Good to see you, neighbor. Russ says, Molly is super cool and deserves the world. Aw. Aw, you are too, Russ. You are too. And you deserve the world as well. And anybody who's not subbed up to Russ, BGN Aquariums, please sub up to him. If you like fish at all, if you like aquariums, if you like, and he's got some really cool footage that is like hours long of just aquarium streams. Those are so peaceful. And that, speaking of mental health has been the core topic of today. That helps. That helps. If you don't have a if you don't have your own fish tank, or you can't have a fish tank for whatever reason, it's the perfect substitute. And the fish are freaking stunning. And if you've never seen a rainbow fish before, in fact, before Russ's channel, I had never seen a rainbow fish before. They're really fascinating little fish. Well, some of them aren't that little. Russ says, just buy them online from a reputable dealer off my local fish store. Chatty says, amen, Russ. Mrs. Scooter said, I subbed to him just now. Appreciate you, Mrs. Scooter. I am says, Molly, do you keep saltwater? No, I don't. I keep mostly betas. I have betas and frogs and plecos and cichlids. Oh my. I'm just kidding. Mrs. Scooter said, thank you, Mom Dog. You're welcome. Russ says, thanks, Scooter. Play them through your TV. Michigander says, I like dogs. So do I. I miss my dogs so bad. Michigander says, humans kind of suck sometimes. Yes, I have to agree with that too. We keep the sucky humans out of this chat though. Excuse me for a minute. I have got some kind of pollen or something all over my phone. I can hardly read it. Sorry about that. Am I still here? Yeah, I'm still here. Okay. Russ said some are about 5-inch. Yeah, they're big. Russ says, you have sex mad frogs. Yes, I do. I thought because I turned up the heat, I thought that must have cooled them off and they're good to go. But nope, nope. He's he's still at it. Mrs. Scooter says, "I have 2 cats and a dog." Aw, I have 1 cat and a lot of fish. Miss Scooter says, "I agree also." Miss Gander says, "2 shepherds." Oh, I love shepherds. They're gorgeous. Chatty says, "Cats and dogs have a sixth sense about evil humans." Mm-hmm. A quite unique and special trait, actually. I agree. I agree. That's one reason that my dog, I knew right away. I just looked at her and I knew right away if the person that I was meeting was a good person or a bad person, because she'd tell me. Miss Scooter says, "I have a Chihuahua Maltese. Her name is Jazzy. She is very vocal." I bet. I bet. Aw, that sounds precious. Russ says, "Your frog don't need the blue pill, that's for sure." Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it does not need any special conditions whatsoever. just a female. That's it. But he's doing something wrong because they're not releasing eggs. I am says, "How do you do your water change, Molly?" Well, what I usually do is I have my tanks are all 5 and 10 gallon tanks. So I have a turkey baster, a big turkey baster that I use to suck kind of vacuum the gravel until about, well, then I keep doing that until about 30% to 40, between 30 and 40% of the water is done, or until if it needs more because the gravel's still dirty, then I'll take it down lower. But no matter what I do, I have these little floaty things in my tank. So maybe my regiment isn't the best. I do mine once a week. Chatty says, "We've got 2 black cats." Love black cats. Scooter says, "LOL." Russ says, "Is he firing blanks?" He must be. I don't. Well, he's got to squeeze the eggs out of her before he can fire anything, and he just doesn't seem to be doing that. Daisy May, hey Kelly, good to see you. Hello, how are you? Daisy May says, "Hey Molly, how are you?" "I'm good. How are you, my dear?" Russ says, "Hi Daisy." Chatty says, "Miss Molly, one crucial question. Does the UP, Upper Peninsula, have a lot of cryptid visits, aka Sasquatch coming by? Just curious." That's a really good question. I have not the slightest idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I've heard of some haunted happenings up there, like ghost lights and stuff like that. They say that there was. Oh, actually, it's Halloween. Let's tell a ghost story. Daisy May says, "I'm good, just hanging around." Good to see you, Daisy. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you so much. There's an old legend, and to be frank, guys, I really think that these ghost lights are actually headlights. But anyway, the legend goes that there was a what do you call it? A railroad worker who was he was a lightman, a lanternman, This was back like in the 1800s. And apparently he was killed somehow. That it varies how he was killed. He might have been killed by getting hit by a train. Some say he was shot by a hunter that, you know, didn't although why would a hunter be out at night? I don't know. So that but you know, they say that he now, on dark roads up in that area, he will hold his lantern up for people to safely cross the railroad tracks. Ooh, spooky. I haven't been up there, but I've wanted to. I just haven't ever gotten up there. Russ says, yeah, give us a ghost story, Mall. Daisy May says, thanks, Molly. I appreciate you too. Aw. Chatty says, if you see a 7 to 8 foot over-haired ape-man coming, run. Yeah, I'll go inside. Chatty says, good to see you, Daisy May. Daisy May says, hi, Chatty. Russ says, remind me on Monday, Molly. I'll tell you an amazing ghost story that actually happened to me and 20 of my friends. We all saw it. Oh, definitely. I won't forget about that. I love ghost stuff. I love ghost stuff. I am says, what breed are your cats? Well, I only have one cat, but he's just a tabby cat. He's a brown and, well, more of a black and silver brown. I've got a bunch of shorts of him up on my channel. He's a big, huge, overweight cat who now weighs 27 pounds instead of, he weighed 30 pounds, and in some of those videos he did weigh 30 pounds. He now weighs 27 pounds. Russ says it was crazy. Yeah, I would love to hear that. I can't wait. Can't wait to hear about it. Russ says, how is Dr. Evil? He is actually still sleeping. he doesn't get out of bed this early. It's usually around 5 or 6 o'clock that he gets out of bed. Probably because he's used to me working until 5 or 6 o'clock. Chatty says, our breeds are Black, Persian, Abyssinian, and Persian Maine Coon. Oh. See, I think Dr. Evil might have a little bit of Maine Coon in him just because he's so big. Well, I mean, without having the extra weight, he's just a big cat. I mean, he's big. But Abyssinian, those are gorgeous. Those look like almost like miniature mountain lions. They're so cool. Russ says, wow, that's cats for you. Yeah, that's Dr. Evil for sure. Russ says, my cat used to wake me up, then go to sleep on my bed, little son. Yeah, Dr. Evil will do that too. He'll in the middle of the night, usually like 2, 3 a.m., he'll come stand on me, and he's heavy, so it hurts. He comes stand on me, screams in my face until I wake up. I wake up, and then he just curls up next to me and goes to bed. I'm like, you couldn't have done that with me asleep? What the heck? Why did I have to be awake for you to go to sleep? Chatty says, Deja Vu's almost 25 pounds. Ah, so is she overweight or just big like Dr. Evil? Well, Dr. Evil's big in both ways. Chatty says, more to love and Moon Pie's lean baby. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, some cats are just always thin no matter what you feed them. And some cats are fat no matter what you feed them. I am says, I have a piebald and calico cat. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. Yeah, I second what Chatty says. I am. Aw. Wow, 31 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Got about 3 more minutes here, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do another sweep of the trees here. Let me see if I can get a better angle so you can kind of see the... I guess maybe I can't. See, there's a yellow tree back there. Stop throwing nuts. Be good, squirrels. Here's that nice red leaves. And this is the tree that, right there in the middle, that's the tree that Onyx ran up and never came back down. And we got some more just starting to turn over here. That's my favorite though. Love that. That's so gorgeous. It's a shame they cut down the one that hung lower, but oh well, what's done is done. Daisy May says, woohoo! Russ says, that's great, guys. 31 likes. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Yes, thank you guys so much. You guys rock. You guys are out of this world. Chatty says, yay, got you to 31 likes, Molly. My job's done for today. LOL. Thank you, Chatty. I appreciate you. Chatty says, thank you so much, Miss Molly, for having me, and of course the Blue Wrench. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Chatty says, and our cats both give you a kiss. Aw, thank you. Give them a kiss back for me, please. Russ says, see you Monday, Mall, for a great ghost story. Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. I'll be there. I want to thank everybody for coming. Everybody for coming. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. Go forth and be kind. And don't forget your mental health. Do something good for yourself. Do something that makes you happy. Do something good for yourself. I love you all. Thank you. And goodbye.